All right, guys, so let's get started with lesson 4.1. So 4.1 is going to be our introduction to exponential functions. So here we've given you the general formula for an exponential function. We have y equals a times b to the x power plus k. All right, so Miss Adams, what do all these letters mean? Well, let's identify them, guys. A is going to be our initial value. And this is going to be above the asymptote. And we're going to talk about what an asymptote is in just a second. But A is going to be your initial value above the asymptote. Your B is going to be your base. Or you may hear it referred to as the change factor. Guys, we're probably going to use this term change factor quite a bit. Our B is going to determine whether we have a growth or a decay function. So if your B value is greater than 1, then this is going to be a growth function. But if your B value is less than 1, so in between 0 and 1, so it's a decimal value or a rational number, so something like a fraction like 2/3, 1/2, this is going to be a decay function. And then K is what we call our asymptote. If K is greater than 0, you're going to shift the graph up. If K is less than 0, the graph is going to shift down. But we have to know what our asymptote is. Asymptote is an invisible line that the graph will never cross. And it's always going to be written as y equals k. So guys, in this case, this is going to be what we call a horizontal asymptote. So you're going to hear me refer to it as the horizontal asymptote. So this is like a line that you can't cross. So when we have our exponential functions, you're going to have a line that is going to approach that line, but it's never going to touch it, okay? So this is an invisible line, and your k value, which is your constant at the end, is going to tell you where this asymptote is. So let's look at some growth and decay functions. A growth function then is going to be something that faces upwards. So if it's a growth, it's going to look something along these lines. So if you look from where x goes from negative infinity to positive infinity, so we have negative infinity on this side, positive infinity on the right, as our x values increase, our y values increase. But a decay function is going to be the opposite. As our x values increase, our y values decrease. In just a second, we will look at some examples of this.